Hello everyone, Rainbow Pig 13 here, continuing my first series, and actually I didn't mention it last time I don't think, but that was my first video that I published. If I did, I haven't actually published it yet onto YouTube. Um, I'm just recording this in direct succession, right after that one. We'll leave it at that. And in this one, I'm planning on covering um, stuff that you probably just the commands, stuff that you probably have never heard of before. I actually don't need command blocks for this part, but I'm keeping them just because you can sort of relate to how to use them within that. You can use these in normal commands for the most part, with the fewer exceptions. Like, I think enchant is one of them. But, I'll start with this here. When you know how when you do a command, you sometimes have to specify who you want to do it to, such as right there, Rainbow. I'm pointing at the screen, which you obviously can't see. Right there, Rainbow Pig 13. I need to specify that before I give myself item 28, which is an active air a detector rail. So I need to specify who I want to give it to, but obviously, on a server you can't have a command block telling with every single Minecraft username on it ever telling it to do this to every single person every single time, and that's why we have these just general things that you don't need to type in the actual name, but it'll still accomplish the same thing. As I'll just read this off. You at P to target the nearest player. So if there were more than one player playing, and I used at P in a command block and pressed it, it would, if I were over here and they were right next to it, they'd get it. Or if I were right here and they were way over there, I'd get it. And of course, if you're doing it yourself, no, not that. If you're doing it yourself, you're obviously the closest person to you, so you're gonna get it. So I got nether quartz because I was closest. Now, of course, there's at R, which is to target a random player. So there's no specifications at all unless you put in parameters, which I'll get to later. It will just target any random player playing on that world. So if there were 3 people, I would have a 1/3 of a chance of it happening to me. So, of course, I'm the only person here, so I won't demonstrate it because I'm the only person, so I have a 1/1 chance of getting it, which for those of you who are good at fractions, you know means a 100% chance. So then we have at A, which targets all the players. Again, I'm the only player, so I'm also all the players. So this would give everyone playing on the map, or do this to everyone playing on the map, whatever you want it to do. I believe there's also one more. I'm not entirely sure if this is true or not. It's not. I think there's at E, which is all entities, but that includes non-player objects. I don't really want to test that right now because I'm not entirely sure what will happen because there's a lot of entities and I don't want to crash anything. So if you want to experiment with that on your own, try it. I'm not entirely sure about that. I've never really used it before. I tried once, but nothing happened. It was /kill, so I'm not sure if that even works with entities at all. So that's the non-specific player pickers. I'll call it that. And now we can get to parameters, which means a certain thing, or in other words, for example, if I do /give at a diamond and put a button on there, it will give me the diamond and anyone else who's playing on there, and there's no one, so it'll give me the diamond. But you could also add parameters after the player, what specifies the player, meaning only players who meet this requirement is the command executed upon. So for example, I'm not very good at explaining things, so I'll just show you. R is radius, so within a radius of this command block, so if I give within a radius of 2, 2 blocks. This will give, when I press this button, it will give all players within a radius of 2 blocks, so anything within sort of a circle around here, 2 blocks, it's more of a square, but you get the idea, will get diamonds. So if I'm within 2, I should get 1, but if I'm outside of 2, I won't get 1. So those can be used to target only certain players. So for example, if I was building a server and I wanted a PvP map where at the start everyone gets a sword, I wouldn't just do @A, because then everyone on the server would get a sword, which isn't exactly what we wanted. So we'd give it within the radius of the arena we'd built, which probably would be somewhere around 100. Radius is not the only parameter. There's score parameters, which you can do a lot with, but we need to get into more complicated things before we can get to that. So I will show you another parameter, XP. XP equals, you have to put it in brackets, square brackets. I sort of forgot to mention that. XP equals 5. So now if you have an XP level of 5, this should give you a diamond. So if I slash XP 5, I should get a diamond. But if I do slash XP minus 5 and set myself back to 0, okay. You can do that with the command block. I think that's one of the things that you can do with the command block that you can't normally do. Slash XP at a -5. And not only is that a general parameter, but they tend to be faster than just typing. I think this will work here. That is not a valid number. Okay. Problems here, technical difficulties. Oh, oops. Okay. And I thought I deleted that! You have to hit done, which is sort of annoying if you just exit. Okay, now I guess it goes after. This is sort of embarrassing. Okay, I guess I just have to get rid of that the old-fashioned way. Okay, and this is turning into a lot for just showing you something. So now I should have lost that experience, and if I press this button... Give me a second here. I'll be right back. I have to check some things, so I'll be right back in a second. Oops. Well, so I couldn't get rid of that, but I thought of a much simpler solution that I'm a little embarrassed I didn't think of higher. I'll just increase the XP level in the block. So now if I press this, I shouldn't get a diamond, but I did, so I did something wrong, but there's an XP one, so yes, okay. So that's that. Those are basic parameters you can go through. If you want to, you can go on the Minecraft wiki and look at a few other parameters that there are. There's tons with score. That's just endless possibilities there. But I get a feeling you don't really want me to go through every single one because that's been a long time. So that's basically parameters and general player selection. And I like to use them anyway just because they're faster than, you know, typing out your whole name. Especially when you're using command blocks because, it sucks because you can't use tab, which is something I would love Mahjong to add, but you can't expect everything. I mean, I personally recently learned how to code computers, and I respect how long it takes to code something, even like just Cookie Clicker, if you've ever played that game. So, I'm going to close up this video for now. Next time I think we'll get into a little more complicated stuff, such as parameters when you're giving items, like giving it certain enchantments when you give it. So, I think I'll end up the video here. I've said that a few times now, so I'll see you later.